Hello students, this is 9th standard SS and this is the last chapter of civics for this year, that is Indian democracy. Now we all know that India has the highest number of voters in the world, and population wise we are the largest democratic country in the whole world. Now this amazing democracy is being there since 6 decades, and this chapter is all about how election is important in our country. So in spite of democracy there always exists difference of governance. Like we have democratic country, similarly USA also has a democratic country, but still there is a difference in the government. Now the democracy is the voting process of the voters during the elections. Our country has a parliamentary system, whereas USA have a presidential system. Now Parliament of India consists of President, Vice President, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. So indirectly or directly we have to vote for any of the positions. Indirectly in the sense that we vote for certain positions at Lok Sabha, and then those members will vote for the Rajya Sabha members. So this is indirect voting. Next, going on to democracy. Now, in this second part of lesson number 12 video, we are going to discuss about democracy and voter. Now, voter is very important in a democracy. Our country has universal adult suffrage, that is a person of 18 year or above who is enlisted in the voter list can vote, plus a person who is bankrupted or mentally unstable or a prisoner cannot vote. Then a system of universal adult suffrage is based on the principle of one person, one vote. So it is the duty of every citizen to vote without greed or fear, and a voter should be aware and vigilant of his right. Now, voting is a right as well as a duty of citizens. Every voter should exercise the right to vote. Voting is such an important process in our democracy that it should be done without any discrimination of caste, creed, religion or education. Moving on to the next topic is about election. Now, election is said to be the foundation of democracy. It's like a festival environment created during the elections. Now, in our democracy, parliament is at the top. So, the basic foundation block is the Gram Panchayat. Elections are also held in the institution of self-government like Gram Panchayat, Taluka Panchayat, District Panchayat. And here the candidates are chosen through elections. Now, elections are conducted in municipality, towns, municipal corporation, government school, etc. So, it can be said that election is the lifeline of Indian democracy. Moving on, the public opinion in a democracy. Now, it is very important that we have a democratic country and the candidate who wins the election represents the people. Now, to retain and regain its power, it became essential for the political parties to connect with the people. They always want to get to consider the public opinion, thoughts, their framing policies, and so on, so that they can solve many of the problems of public. Now, public opinion is highly essential for political parties, representatives, and organizations. Okay. So strong and organized public opinion is very important, and malfunctioning of government can be stopped. Alert and intelligent public can keep itself informed and cannot be misled by. This is the third part of lesson number 12. In the last part we discussed about media, and we discussed about public opinion in democracy. So, to cultivate the human psyche and to create a strong public opinion, the various information and broadcasting agencies are very useful. Now, we should, in today's time, various mediums are used to transmit information and to the public. So, these mediums contributing to build strong and effective public opinion. So, we have two types of medias, that is the print media and the electronic media. Now, to create this public and in the public opinion in this democracy, print media plays a very important role. That is newspapers, magazines, journals, everything. Now, it is essential that the opinions created are true, firm and unbiased. Plus, in today's world, people should be facilitated to know more about the incidents, event situation taking place nationally as well as internationally. Now, ours is a diverse nation in terms of language and in terms of culture and regional varieties. The regional newspapers are much more sought after in corresponding regions. Now, print media has failed in cultivating public opinion in countries and regions having less literacy rates. So, in spite of this, various organizations, industrial groups, and political parties always publish their own daily and periodicals owing to the influence exerted by the printed material. Okay, so the next part is the electronic media. The audiovisual media, radio, television, cinema, they all help to create the public opinion. Now, electronic media is more effective in the regions of lower literacy rates. It is seen that the radio and television are considered very important than newspaper periodicals. Now, in this fast moving age of technology, people can stay in constant touch with each other through the medium of internet and smartphones. Now, electronic media is widely used to cultivate public opinion. Today, we have many of the social media apps, Instagram, Facebook, where immediately anything happening in the country, any murder case, rape case is informed on this media apps. So this is the third part ending here. Thank you. This is the fourth part of lesson number 12. So in the last part we discussed about the different types of media to cultivate public opinion. Electronic media, some of the apps are shown here which create an impact on people's mind and inform them about the ongoing procedures, ongoing things in the country. Now, types of democracies. So there are various type of democracies. In India we have parliamentary democracy, and in USA there is presidential democracy. Parliamentary democracy is that we select the majority number of seats in the Lok Sabha as the prime minister, and then the president selects the leader as of the majority party as the prime minister. But talking about presidential democracy, the people together have the power to vote for the president they like. But in India, we do not elect president directly. Now, election system in democracy. Now, democracy, we have this election system commission which maintains the administration, control and monitoring the entire process of election. Now, this election of our country is carried out by a secret ballot. Legislative assembly or the parliament is dissolved after every 5 years and fresh elections are held. Then asking about the secret ballot. Okay, so there is a picture of secret ballot here which shows the people working independently and in a secret manner. They are giving their votes, and they are independent. They are not allowed to share it with anybody. They should vote without any fear, benefit or greed. And even sometimes in a family, people don't discuss whom they are going to vote. Now, voting is in two processes. One is voting by a ballot paper, which is a little tedious, that the people have to, election commission people have to count, so there can be some mistake also, and it requires time and labor. Whereas the other, which is less time consuming, is the electronic voting machine, the EVM. So here it is very easy, it calculates the vote itself. Talking about democracy and political parties, so in India we have multiple political parties. As you can see in the picture, there is a symbol of various multiple political parties. Now these political parties are of two types, national and regional. Now, national party is a party which have 4% of total votes in the previous general elections, as well as 4 major states must have voted it in majority. Now, this regional party can upgrade itself to national party. Even the national party can come down to regional party. Moreover,